Hey y'all, I am back. I look a little rough, more rough than I did earlier. That is because I have slowly declined again throughout the day. I now know this is COVID. My taste and smell left me this morning, so I haven't been able to taste or smell anything all day. This is all of the same symptoms, including what I went through yesterday, that I experienced in the same order when I had COVID the first time like 2 or 3 years ago. So it explains everything. So my apologies. But anyway, um, I had a dream last night of my spouse and I being together, and the setting was outside. It was nighttime. It was a little dark, not the most positive setting, just like a dark setting. And he was sitting on a bench and I was like standing in front of him, and he looks at me and he says something along the lines of, "Why does it look like you're rolling through this so smoothly and I'm not?" Um, that is in reference to the separation. And my response to him was, the reason that you're going through it is because I told you this would happen if you didn't do X, Y, and Z. And then he just looked at me in like agreement, like he just knew what I was saying was right and he couldn't deny it. And I said, "I told you." And he's like, "I know. Okay. Okay." In like frustration. So I just backed off, and that was the end of that. So then there is another scene, and him and I are inside of this building again, like a darker setting. It's not a very positive setting. And I was sitting there eating a bag of chips that we had bought. This bag of chips was like healthier, like not like potato chips with vegetable oil and just all the unhealthy stuff. These were like healthy chips. And so I had gotten them for us to eat. And so I'm sitting in this chair and I'm eating these chips. And the song, The Painter, I don't know if y'all know that song, but you could look it up. it it was playing. And basically I think the part in the dream, it was saying, the specific lyrics that were playing at the time of this dream were, "I don't remember what life was like before she came into the picture. She brought the beauty I was missing with her. She showed me colors I have never seen before. And then my life was black and white, but she's the painter." And in the dream, I was like sitting there listening to it, and I was like waiting for him to tune into it and like listen to it and then recognize, like, hey, this is about her. But he was completely ignoring it, like intentionally, like talking over the song and would not acknowledge it at all. And then when the song was over, he walked over to me and I gave him a chip to eat. And he was like he didn't like it. I was like, "You don't like it?" He's like, and then he walked away. So this sounds super random, but because God gives me the ability to be able to interpret the deeper meaning of these dreams, I broke this down. So let me break it down. So the first part of the dream, where we were sitting on the bench, or he was sitting on the bench, he was acknowledging and he was in a place of seeing all of these things happen to him, sitting in a place of like stage 3 that I talked about of their process, reflection. He was starting to reflect on things and starting to recognize and acknowledge the truth, because at this point, God has begun to reveal to them the deep and hidden things and reveal truth to them and open their eyes to things that they could not see before and just would not acknowledge before. So now they are in that place of reflecting and acknowledging and seeing the truth, awakening. They're awakening. Now, this second part of the dream, about the chip and the song and everything, it spoke to me. With the chips being healthy, I was trying to give him something that was healthier for him, that was better for him, and he was not, it was leaving a bad taste in his mouth. He wasn't ready for it. He didn't want it. He didn't like it. What was better for him, he didn't want that. He was not wanting or desiring what was better for him. I was trying to give him a better option, and he didn't want the better options, what was better for him. And then the song, not wanting to acknowledge. He was at a place of not wanting to, or these people were not at a place of wanting to acknowledge what you brought to their life. They weren't seeing your worth. They weren't seeing what you had brought to their life, or brought into their life, all the benefits of being with you. They weren't looking at any of that stuff. They weren't acknowledging it, but now they have come to a place of reflection and acknowledging those things that they could not see before. Like I said in stage 3, well, I can tell my cat chewed this paper up. That's cool. To have lots of revelation. Because this happens, they begin to feel regret, remorse, sadness, start having, self-condemnation. A lot of mourning starts taking place. They start to feel bad for how they have treated and handled you and situations in their life. They begin to feel bad that they failed to do or be something that they now know they should have been or done. They begin to feel guilty of the things that they might have once mocked you for, mocked God for, or didn't want to believe. They start to not really feel deserving, and they start to feel brokenhearted and broken-spirited. I might have to break this up into a part 1 and part 2, just FYI, because I have a song and I have a word, so I will go ahead and read the word first. God actually gave me this word on 2/22, 24, 222. But here's the thing. That could reference Genesis 2:22. However, he gave me Daniel 2:22 when he gave me this word. And he says, he makes known secrets that are hidden and deep, and he knows what is hidden in darkness, and light lives with him. And there's a reason for that, and I'll explain that after I read this. So this is called 1, 2, 3 United. Not only did the dream bring me back to this, but I saw a semi-truck today in front of me, and I snapped a picture of it, so I'll probably post that. And it just, in giant letters, United. So all of this is now tying into this word. So 1, 2, 3 United. Actually, I just posted a word earlier today, and the end of it said 1, 2, 3, and said I couldn't figure out the meaning of it, so I'm wondering now if that's tying into this, possibly? I don't know. So, at 1 sec, speedy on-time transport delivered to your door. Be ready for a refreshment, 911 emergency. In a flash, they will be at your door. They are being sent back to you now, purified and cleansed. No more toiling for this. The hard, exhausting labor put into fighting for this is over. It's happening now. You will now see the evidence of this being completed and coming forth. It is time for you two to be brought together. The dry bones, the dead things are rising from the flames and ashes. Rebirth is now complete, raised to life. You will teach them and help them grow spiritually. Get ready for this inexpressible joy and happiness. After examining everything, they are coming to take this by force.